Hello everybody, welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK for the Demethrin 5. Say hi guys.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Unfortunately we are the Demethrin 4 today, but not to worry, I'm sure our dear friend Ginkgo will be back with us very soon. Until then, we have some introductions to do, so... Oh no, I've lost my card! Ah! No! Oh no, who stole it? Who sleight of handed me? Alright, let's see how much of this I can remember. Probably not a lot. So, I remember that I need to check if my chat commands are working this week. Which they are, yes! Please use that link in the chat. Do go and check out Sirenscape, the beautiful platform of audible goodness where you can sign up to be a Super Siren subscriber and have access to over 1,000 different audios, ambiances, you name it, they've got it. You can do a 30-day free trial, and...
Could I make one suggestion?
You certainly can.
Could they copy that link and then add /QuestJunkiesUK on the end?
They certainly can. In fact, I'm going to do that now in the... So... Our friend John here recently became an affiliate for Sirenscape. So if you use that link right there, that one, with QuestJunkiesUK at the end of it, that's going to go a long way towards helping a wonderful channel make more wonderful content for you wonderful folks. So please do that. I will actually amend our link from the chat command for that, because of course I will. It's you. Yes. Hello, Tony Karlstrom. Welcome. So yes, please go and use that link, and you can either use a free trial or just sign up straight away if you know it's going to be amazing, which it is, and you can have all the incredible sounds at your fingertips to enhance your tabletop role-playing needs. We would also like to extend some love and admiration to Aviv Orr, the wonderful artist who created our beautiful character art that you can see on the screen. Look at this, this is me, this is my boy. Way more handsome than me. And really cool with, like, galaxy eyes. That's kind of my thing. But yes, Aviv is a wonderful artist, has worked with the likes of Critical Role, Acquisitions Incorporated, Wizards of the Coast, Dimension 20, QuestJunkiesUK, whoever the hell they are. It is very much a privilege and an honor to be in that list, because holy shit, that's a lot of incredible people. And Aviv is the one that made it all possible, so big love and admiration to you. We would also like to share some love to the Super Denny brothers over on Etsy. They have helped provide some minis for me as they do a 3D printing business, because if there is a particular encounter that requires a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit of flair, we don't use virtual tabletops. If it's not Theatre of the Mind, we go to our encounter screen where there is a real battle map somewhere around here off camera, with its own camera feed, with real minis that I paint on stream, and real terrain, and things like trees and bushes and stuff that I spend way too much money on. But it enhances the game, and yeah, that might come up at some point in this campaign very soon, so keep an eye out for that. We also have a Discord server. You can join us on the Discord server and be amongst the first to hear about our latest news and announcements. Like, for example, the fact that on Monday, our regular session of the Redani Chronicles is not happening, but instead we will be returning to Wildmount for the first time in over a year for a very last-minute one-shot. I can't remember the name of it. Why can't I remember the name of it? Probably because I just spent too much time thinking about it recently. But it is 5 adventurers visiting the town of Felderwin, where a series of rather brutal murders have taken place. And if you want to know more, you'll have to tune in on Monday at the usual... Well, no, actually later than the usual Redania time by half an hour. So 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. EST, I believe, if I remember correctly. But if you join the Discord, there's the link again. You can be amongst the first to hear about all that and be able to check all the stream times and all that lovely goodness. We also have a merch store. Yes, that's right, merch store. There is going to be frequent new designs in there because I am addicted to designing merch. There are many, many designs inspired by our main series, the Redania Chronicles. We also have this, as you can see, modelled on the stream right now, our Demethrin 5 official jersey. John, yours looks a bit different. I'm not sure why.
So didn't make the journey very well, sorry.
No, I didn't. Oh, you're wearing it inside out, that's right.
Stop it.
But yes, so this is the Demethrin 5 t-shirt, the official campaign t-shirt for this mini campaign. There will be more designs coming. I am in the process of making those. Is the Redania Yes Queen merch up? It is indeed, yes. I had that up within about 48 hours of the Honey Heist being done because I was too excited. You can get the Redania Yes Queen on a t-shirt, you can get it on an apron, and you can get stickers of it. So
I've seen stickers up on things in Australia.
Yes, I am so happy about that. The power of the sticker is very much underestimated by all. But yes, please go and check out the merch store. And also, as an extra incentive, if you are subscribed to our Twitch channel and you visit our merch store, if you connect your Twitch account, it will recognize that you are a subscriber and you will get a community discount, not just on specific things, on everything in the store. Every single item will have a community discount if you're subscribed to us. It's our little way of giving back for your love and support. We will wrap things up with our YouTube channel where you can find the VODs, not just for the Redania Chronicles, but for the Demethrin 5, for our one-shots. Everything is on there. Even the Honey Heist. We have our old campaign. Campaign 2, we have the old one-shots that we've done before, like the Depths of Darktoe. We had the Humblewood one-shot, which, again, the name escapes me because I'm a very poor DM. But it's all in there. Go and check it out. And also, I don't have a chat command for it, but if you look up QuestJunkiesUK or the Redania Chronicles on your favourite podcast service or streaming platforms such as Spotify, you can now find us as a podcast. So that's cool. I really need to set up a chat command for that. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's go around the table and meet our wonderful players and find out who they are, who they're playing, and since John's here, I will borrow where they're at. So, unfortunately, Lexi's not here to play Ginkgo. I promise I will do my best to portray Ginkgo with the very little that I've experienced so far, but we'll see. So let's start off with Sam. Who are you, who are you playing, and where are they at right now?
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Astra. She is an Archfey Warlock from Redania. And I think she's just really enjoying all of the new experiences and meeting new people and doing new things, and being very entertained by people's reactions to her.
We have one on stream right now by the looks of it. We'll get to you in a minute, John. Thank you very much. And Aelin.
I'm Aelin. I play Aegis, the Drow Aasimar Grave Cleric Echo Knight Fighter, and currently he's under somebody's bed, having a great sleep.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was stormy out, I believe. So
yeah,
yes, very understandable.
There is no weather in the Underdark.
Terrifying. Thank you very much, John.
Hello. I am John of QuestJunkiesUK, and I am here playing Gekato, a Tila lizard folk, shadow road warden. Let's leave it at that. Multi-skilled. Many talents. I have had run-ins with certain fey entities before, and I have a newfound hatred of halfling children.
Oh, Paul Lyle. So misunderstood. He will remember this. And last but never least, Mike.
Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us in the hostile takeover of Phoenix Iwaki on the QuestJunkies UK channel. I'm Mike. You know me as Grim in chat. I will be reprising my role with these lovely folks as our Kimura, our single and only classed Oath of Conquest Paladin. And I guess maybe instead of where they're at, the larger question is, you guys got sleep?
Well, she'll touch upon that in a moment. And I am Patch, your ever humble dungeon master. You can find me here all the time, also guesting every now and again over on Phoenix Iwaki. And I believe that concludes our introductions. So we didn't actually get to do this last time because it was only session 1. So for the first time in this campaign, let's recap where we are at the moment. As 5 groups of adventurers came together, pulled together almost by the threads of destiny, you could say. The Demethrin 5, Ginkgo, Astra, Aegis, Gikato, Kimura, all assembled together within Darren Keep, the main port of Demethrin, with a slightly turbulent introduction amongst each other, and then from one of the staff, they were led through the branch of Palor, one of the very rare portals within the world, the wider world of Redania and Demethrin. They walked through and found themselves within the capital of Cathramount, specifically the Royal Palace, where they spoke with King Midas Jureo, where he explained the quest that was being given to them. He told of some sort of rot that had been infecting not just creatures but the land in the north, something which Gikato, as a scout, has witnessed himself. And the quest is fairly simple on its face. Go north, go over the border, find out whatever's causing it, and put a stop to it. It sounds really easy when you say it like that. But is anything ever so blissfully easy? Only one way to find out. Unbeknownst to everyone in the group, prior to their meeting, they all shared a dream event, unknowingly, of some sort of terrible event. Was it a premonition? Was it something from the past, a memory? It's a little foggy, a little difficult to tell, but definitely an ill omen of some sort. And then as the group lay down to rest, maybe another ill omen, but most definitely an uncomfortable, unrestful night's sleep for one of the group, as Kimura had visions of her glory being shattered almost as badly as her sword, Oathkeeper, which was corroded away by these tiny maggot-like creatures seemingly existing out of some sort of rot. There is a recurring theme here, it seems. And in the last glimpses of this vision, she saw the figure of her father, who went to an unknown fate some years ago. And that is where we reconvene. Despite the non-rest that Kamora has experienced, you do all gain the benefits of a long rest. I'm a mean DM, but I'm not that mean. As you all awaken to another summer's day within the city of Cathramand, the streets are not bustling so much, as it's still sort of early morning. But there is a decent size of activity on the streets. Merchants are setting up their stalls. And you all awaken and reconvene outside the tavern which you ended up staying at. So, the day is yours. What would you like to do?
As we reconvene and come back to in front of the tavern there, as Astra comes around the corner towards us, my spirit usher, the crystal Suk, is bobbing along behind her. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm curious. Why didn't you take the opportunity to run? Scarpa, get out of here.
What would I possibly have to run from?
Well, me for one.
For you? Why should I be scared of you?
Look, just because the king has put us on this mission together does not mean that as soon as it's done, you are going to answer for what happened in the Shadow Realm. I'm going to take you in, and you will pay.
Well, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we reach it, if we come out alive.
Assuming someone hasn't untethered that bridge and it's drifted off somewhere.
Definitely not an impossibility.
Well, has everyone got what they needed?
You can see that Ginkgo is watching this and making notes, and you can just hear her muttering under her breath. Morning greetings don't require politeness. Then puts the notebook away.
Hey, Ginkgo. Not for wanted criminals, no. You watch this one. Or help me watch this one.
Watch me all you
Appreciate
like.
it.
Okay.
So, is everyone geared up and ready to go?
I think as you say that, Kikato, kind of rolling out at the last moment is Kamora, who's just tying her bracer together. She's sort of patchwork, but like kind of tying all her armor at the same time. She's got like jerky in her mouth, and her hair's kind of like frayed and just all over. She looks very disheveled. There's a little bit of bags under her eyes, and you can see sort of froth from another ale as she looks over. Ready.
Of all the various options there for breakfast, why did you take the jerky?
I was hungry.
We could do trail rations when we're on the trail.
Yeah, but I really wanted jerky.
Well, that was your last chance at a cooked breakfast for quite some time, so I hope you're ready.
I like being on the road. Honestly, I'd rather have these rations knowing that I'm going to have these rations for a while. At least it gets the flavor in my mouth. It's the ale I'm going to miss.
Well, there are some brews. Some brews that surpass any Demethrin ale.
You know, when we come back down from this mountain, I'm going to hold you to that.
That's another journey entirely, but sure. You make it through, I'll buy you a pint. Sorry, we got kind of caught up in things yesterday. Where do you hail from originally?
Me?
Hi.
Well, I'm
Was it from somewhere outside this city? That's right. Yeah, I remember you saying. Sorry, it's all those drinks.
yeah, they'll do that to you.
I felt like I slept for felt like I slept for 2 weeks.
See what you did there.
You certainly don't look it. That's for sure.
I'm not used to sleeping that long. I'm barely used to sleeping at all. sorry, stay in character.
I will make a mental note of that. You sound like a friend of mine from another channel, but
Oh no, the barriers are breaking.
You mean across the channel between here and the mainland?
yeah.
I see. You want to warn your friend? Thems from the mainland get a frosty reception round here. Elf.
You just see like these like pale pink eyes like from beneath this like cloak. With a periodic grin.
Aegis, is that you in there?
Mm-hmm.
You-
Good morning. You should be careful to rest, otherwise you will not wake up.
You averse to the sunlight or something?
It doesn't burn everybody else.
No, I'm from the desert myself. Originally, a long time ago.
I got a
Don't
light
get
tan.
sun or weather in the deeps.
Now you come to mention it, that makes perfect sense. Is this your first time on the surface?
No, I had to leave the dark to get here. So
I was counting that as the same time though. Before like leaving the dark to come here. Was
Yes.
that your first time?
Mm-hmm.
Why now?
Something is wrong with death. We're here to fix it.
Splendid.
Ominous, my friend. So I assume you're a traveler of two worlds then. What is wrong with death, if you don't mind me being so candid?
Well, the king gave us a mission. That was...
Well, sure, but anyone could have taken that mission. Why specifically does death and its sickness call to you for this particular mission, Outlander?
My family has always served death.
So just the death parts, or are you down with the sickness too?
Sorry.
Sorry.
He just doesn't laugh. It would go straight over his head. Oh, man. Wide-eyed, unblinking. Okay.
But that's very interesting. So you're saying that this corruption, whatever it is having some effect on the afterlife?
Among other things.
And you see his eyes flicker over to the little like fairy light, the undead.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a slightly ethereal crystal.
Okay, yeah. Flicker over to this like a crystal.
You do your friend no favors.
What do you mean?
When it is his time, he will fade anyway.
Oh, I've no doubts. But he's trying to pass on to the next storm. His own words.
When the Great Spider is ready to take him, she will.
Oh no, he doesn't follow love.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about her.
Oh God, there's more of them.
You know, the Great Weaver who connects all of us by fate. With her pretty red threads.
Sook floats over towards Kato and says, what does she mean? You don't like spiders?
Oh, don't worry, Sook. I'm sure your tempestuous god has only got eyes for you.
I hope so. It's too sunny.
Just the two.
Go somewhere with a bit more rain and thunder, maybe.
Hey, there was that nice little storm that came through last night. That must have been nice for you.
Oh, it was lovely.
I just want to get out of this town. I mean, the smell of a storm fallen fresh on grass and leaves and trees is something. Fallen fresh on open sewers is something else. So, are you all ready?
Well, before we head off, Gikato, you can climb. Aegis, you can fly. Astra, what do you do to get up a mountain?
That's a great question. I suppose I can also climb, no?
You're a little frail for that. Are you sure you can climb like these three?
Maybe not quite as agile.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of a handicap, Outlander, but only because this is your first time, and I will take 10 minutes to use Find Steed and summon Deidarabachi.
Ooh.
So for the rest of you, what you see in this Find Steed, it's very interesting. It kind of looks like a giant elk that's disproportionately sized even for an elk. Something that Kimura could definitely ride herself. And you can see sort of like this flowing white mane of hair that runs to their legs. The face is almost kind of like a reddish, a crimson reddish, and definitely has antlers, but they are just a little smaller than you would expect for a creature of that size.
I was doing so well. I just watched the third part of The Hobbit yesterday. I was with you right till now. That stupidly oversized horns, and I'd have been right.
you wanted those big antlers. Maybe. We'll see at level 13 brings. But
I think you're jumping ahead of yourself a little bit there. Like, more than how it appears to us there. How does this appear in this busy morning street? Does it cause them panic?
It's like a giant.
No, like, as in, how does it materialize? Does it just come out the floor?
Yeah. So I think she would draw sort of like a circle on like maybe the cobblestone, and it would appear in a very familiar green color, maybe to you, Gikato and Astra. It's almost earthy, and there's a certain ethereal, tealish color that glows and sort of rises as the figure forms. But
I think Gikato's like gesturing like traffic around this just happening in the street. Yeah, it's like, sorry everyone, we're just a little bit of street art here. Yeah, we'll be done in a tick. Don't worry.
It's interesting because the majority of the passing by general public don't seem to be bothered by it. There's a few like young kids that are sort of a bit further down the street that all sort of huddle up to watch and stare in amazement. But
I was about to say, is there like a young woman like in a big blue dress with a braid down her back and a very very slow dog low to the ground running beside her there? Sorry, the music was so freaking Ghibli there for a second.
It was a little bit, wasn't it?
Like, Sophie?
Astra looks very pleased. Wow, how fun! Thank you, Kimura. What shall I call it?
Well, you can call her Deidara. I usually call her Mama. It's a sentimental thing growing up. And I'll kind of just bring her gloves and hands and kind of forehead to forehead with Deidara, just, hey Mama, I know it's going to be a bit of a hike, and I will definitely need to feed you a lot more than what Mom and Dad used to for this sort of trip, but we have guests, so let's be on our best behavior, okay? Astra is an outlander, but she will take care of you, I promise. And if she doesn't, Gikato and Gingo can take care of that.
Oh yeah, someone else to look after. Thanks. Has this Has this alleviated the climbing problem?
For Astra, maybe.
Okay. It's no mountain goat.
Daedara has climbed worse.
Well, I'm the only one that's been up in these mountains. Just you wait and see.
I'll take good care of Daedara, don't worry.
And I imagine
Also,
it's kind of like taking a kid and putting them up on like a riding horse, just pulling Astra, putting her up there because it is just a little disproportionately sized for the normal elf. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, as if she didn't have enough of a princess complex already.
Yeah, Astra's a half-wood elf, so she's she's like 5'8".
There is something regal about your bearing, actually. I don't know what it is. Perhaps you in a different life. I'm not sure.
I am but a servant. I am no goddess.
Well,
Aegis. I mean, we were talking about that flight of yours, but how much do you have access to that? Is it just whenever you want to?
I can do it a few times. Generally,
For how long?
Not very long. I can
Right.
climb. It's not terrible.
Well, don't worry. Push comes to shove, and well, I can carry you up. I think.
Okay, question. How big is...
Yeah, as is Gekato is like a fraction taller than you.
Say, Aegis is only 5'8". He's very tall for a drow.
He's like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
5'6".
they said the world would end when lizards fly, I guess. She says under her breath.
Oh no, I'll stick to the climbing, but Aegis is welcome to hop along. I'll give you a ride.
That's very friendly. Thank you.
Just hold on tight. Don't fall off or anything. Although I suppose if you fall off, then you can trigger the flying, and then you'll be alright. So how about you, Ginkgo? What's your solution?
Ginkgo just sort of taps her heels together, says, "Oh, don't worry. I'm all covered. Just you see."
Ah, magic boots.
Bit more than magic.
More? Well, fancy.
She is
Well-
a daughter of Demethrin, Gekato. She'll figure it out.
Very well, very well. Well, I mean, while we're at it, what other tools do we have in our toolbox, as it were? This sturdy cloak of mine keeps me nice and safe. These, and he kind of holds up his arms, they've got these fairly ornate braces on them. These help me shoot straight. And this, he doffs his cap. Well, this is very handy. And he just changes into Aegis. Hello.
Oh,
There's something wrong with death.
I already have a twin, but thank you.
Oh God, your triplets are more than you worth. Sorry. Just merged back into himself.
Those are neat parlor tricks, Gekato, but how is that going to help us ascend a mountain? Especially if what Midas has said is more bestial than it is human.
Now, Kamora, please do try and keep up with the conversation. We finished, thought we'd overcome the climbing problem. We were on to what magical items we... I was merely displaying what there is in my arsenal.
Oh,
Yes.
use the day while we have it.
He just gestures forward.
Yeah, I suppose now that this one's finished, sketching on the floor.
If we have to enjoy the day, we may as well use it.
Boldly spoken. Right, well, if we've got everything we need. Ginkgo, you got everything you need?
Yeah, I think so.
Kamora, everything you need?
I'll meet you at the gates. I'm going to pick up some climbing gear. I didn't realize the climb would be so steep, and if Deidar is going to be watching Astra, I will need to keep my hands free.
Aegis, how about you?
I have some climbing equipment. I wasn't sure what we would need, so I...
Excellent. Right, then we're all set. Let's go.
Patch, on the way out, just really quickly, we don't have to roleplay this. I'm just going to grab a set of climbing gear from a familiar shop and then meet these guys at the gates.
Okay.
I think that's 50, if I recall correctly, 50 gold. Let me double check it.
I believe.
Careful. Go to the familiar shop. You'll come back with a quasit, an imp, a giant space hamster.
Oh, they were just, they were so cute in the window. I couldn't say no.
Okay.
And yeah, so we make our way through the streets to the gate, the northern gate.
Yep. So easily enough for Gakato to guide you through. You've wandered these streets many times before, and everywhere else beyond. As
Let me just. I'm just going to do a quick deception check, see if I can hide. Oh, not bad. An 18 to hide the fact that I've got a splitting hangover.
Ooh. Okay. Does everyone want to make an insight check against an 18?
We can do that.
I'll make one for Ginkgo.
Kamara believes you.
Ginkgo believes you.
It's an 18 on the die plus a lot.
Ooh. Nothing gets past those eyes.
Yeah. He just looks
Hearing
very
from the
smug.
darkness.
14.
14. So that's
Just
So
Ginkgo.
just Ginkgo. Just Aegis.
Oh, sorry, Aegis. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
So
Speaking of Ginkgo, let's take a couple of photos in the chat. The trees here are so beautiful at the moment. Sorry.
So after a very, very brief travel of maybe 5-10 minutes, you find yourselves leaving the gates, the northern gates of the city of Cathermand, and you make your way up this slight hill along this path, which then evens off, and before you stands the Demethrin Wilds, a vast landscape, most of which is fairly flat. But I mentioned before we started streaming, for everyone at home, if you wanted a kind of reference point for what the Demethrin Wilds appear like, they are essentially, if you have seen Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy, imagine, if you will, the vast majority of Rohan. It's long, flat lands. It's kind of got that sort of vibe to it. But the sun is getting high in the sky as it approaches noon. It's a clear day. There's a little bit of cloud here and there. Probably a little bit more than uncomfortable for Aegis. But nonetheless, you have a 2-day-ish, give or take, journey towards the border. So, who would like to roll me a D20 to see how the first day of travel goes?
And just as we leave the gates here, is this soil?
Elements of it are soil, yeah.
If we get to a point that is just like soil for a decent stretch without any rocks and stuff in it, Gakato just stop and stretch and breathe in deeply. He's like, that is better. It's really, really embrace the countryside. And he leaps up and flips over and dives into the dirt and disappears without leaving a hole.
just kind of whisper into Aegis's ear. Has he always acted like that since we've seen him?
I am the Outlander here.
You know
Ginko's
what?
just like, are we supposed to follow him? He is the guide.
Look down real quick before we decide.
I think just as Kimura's like lining up to dive, it's like Gekato just like whoosh, come back out of the soil. Just shakes it off his scales. There we go. Just getting reacquainted.
Is that going to be a frequent thing for you while we're out here? I just want to make sure so that we don't, dive in after you and get stuck in there. I mean, I know Aegis is kind of equipped, but
it can be useful though, if you want to sneak under folks and give them a bit of a surprise.
duly noted.
Right. That way.
So, would someone like to roll me a d20 to see how today's journey goes? I know some of you are shaking your heads.
Not it.
Fine.
I will. Okay.
Well, it's a 2-day journey, so you can both do it. One of you can go first for this first day.
Do you want the first one or do you want the second one? I'll let you decide.
I'll wait till we're close to the mountains. You go.
Okay. I will roll the biggest, blackest dice. This one. 5.
A 5. Go ahead and roll me a d8, please.
A D8.
In your own words, Patch, a second roll is never good.
Also a 5.
Also a 5. Okay.
Go.
Okay. So, the day remains clear. You make good progress on your travel northwards. Eventually, you do come across a campsite where it's just as the sun is beginning to set. You can see one lone figure in a robe just sat by this campsite, sort of staring into the fire ahead of you. Doesn't seem to react to you approaching.
Is it about time that we would stop?
It's sort of, the sun is about to set, so.
And in these parts, would it be safer to be with people?
I mean,
More than
that tends to be a good rule regardless of where you are in these lands.
Are they a halfling?
They appear to be smaller than the average humanoid.
I approach cautiously.
We roll a perception check to see if we can get any more details.
You are welcome to do so.
Poor John, just triggered by every halfling and every stout folk in existence now.
16.
22?
16 and a 22. Okay. I'd say you both... It's difficult, as you're approaching from behind, it's difficult to make out a lot of details as they are quite heavily cloaked. But with a 22, Aegis, you do see at the back of the cloak by the ground some sort of movement back and forth which would suggest a tail, perhaps.
Okay, from a safe distance away, bow in hand but not raised, just like at the side, would call out, evening there, friend.
I suppose it is evening, or near enough.
Well, that's what the darkness and stuff is about.
Yeah, I got that.
Mind if we share your fire?
You just see a hand lift up, and you can see a furry paw coming out of one of the sleeves, just gesturing. Oh, there's no one else here.
It's dangerous parts to be travelling around by yourself.
I'm sort of used to it. Been here a while.
Have I seen anyone like this before?
Make a history check.
Is this recalling information about Fey, fiends, or undead? Who's thinking about shit?
That would be a bit more specific. That's a question for you. Are you thinking more generally, or are you thinking on something in particular?
I mean, yeah, as I said, like, have I seen this person, this individual, or recognize any of their like garments or markings on their robes or anything?
So that would be a standard history check.
Okay. 6.
A 6. You have no idea.
Well, what do you think, everyone? It's about time we were making camp anyway.
If he offers his generosity. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you just said you're the guide.
Right. Well, let us enjoy a pre-made fire.
So you all sit down around the fire with this. As you sort of sit around it, you now get a good view of this figure, quite a small cat-like folk with dark fur, still sort of hiding somewhat in heavy robes, with a little hints of grey in the fur around the face. Looks definitely smaller than the average sort of tabaxi folk, but older than they appear and experienced, shall we say, in life. Quite gruff. And they don't strike up a conversation with you unless you do first. They're not actively looking to socially engage with you. They're just enjoying the warmth.
Child of Carthament. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think Kamara will just sit next down to the figure and kind of just with a solemn glance. You been here long, Child of Carthament?
Couldn't even tell you how long I've been here. And couldn't even tell you where I'm from either.
Well, you are a child of this continent, and therefore you belong here. That's a start. But you have no idea why you're here? What do you remember before setting up camp?
Well, I remember setting up camp last night, and the night before that, and many nights before that. I think I've been going in circles for quite some time. But I got nothing else to do, so... Yeah.
Where are you headed?
I don't know. I sort of decide that on the day. I think I might... Just sort of pauses for a moment. I might go that way tomorrow. I don't know. I think I've been there before, but I don't know. It's been a while, you know. Like, I'll find out.
Can I make an insight?
Sure. What are you looking to insight?
I think Komora, having had some of the experiences that she's had kind of close to the wilderness, would know that if you're there for a reason. You wouldn't just be camping in the wilderness knowing some of the dangers of the continent. And so she feels that there's something a little off, especially about a solo traveler with that much of a camp to not know or remember what they're doing. It seems off, especially with her experience.
Okay.
Can I assist or roll as well?
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, you can all make insight checks if you wish.
Okay.
You're just probably going to be making a lot of insight checks. You don't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 19.
Okay, 19.
9. That's
Seven.
just
9.
like, yes, of course.
Different die, another 18 plus 8.
Oof. Okay. So, you were all listening intently to this conversation, and bizarre as it might be, you don't get a sense that they're hiding anything or attempting to mislead. It's bizarre, yes, but at the very least, they seem to believe what they're saying.
Can I?
Name?
Sorry, what was that, love? I didn't quite hear you.
May I ask your name?
Yeah, I do have a name. What was it? It was on the tip of my... Oh, wait, no, actually, hang on. Reaches into a pouch that's been concealed in the robe and pulls out a book and opens up the book and starts... flips a few more pages. I think this is my name. Burry? Something like that? I think.
May I also ask the contents of that book? May I take a look?
It's kind of personal. Like a diary. Boring. Really boring. It's like the same thing every day. It's like the same thing every day, I wake up, pack up my things, go over there, make camp, sleep, rinse and repeat.
Perhaps we could help you if we saw the contents of the book. Help you remember where you're from or where you're supposed to go.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I don't mind. This is... I'm alive, so... this place is supposed to be dangerous, and here I am, alive and well, so... I guess I'm doing okay. Well, company can be baggage sometimes. You have to rely on people, and then they let you down, and then bad things happen, and then... if you just travel on your own, then you don't have any of that to worry about. It's just... where are you going to go and what you're going to eat?
What bad things happened to you?
I don't quite remember, but I know some stuff did. It's like it's blocked out of my mind. Which, to me, says it's that bad that I probably shouldn't remember. I say it's a gift, really.
Would you like to remember? I might be able to help.
Just gonna make an inside check. A 10.
What you get with a 10 is there's this creepy person sitting across the fire, opposite, shrouded in this cloak, and you just see these glowing pink eyes. What a friendly face.
I How can someone look so friendly yet so intimidating at the same time? This is...
That's just my face.
It's definitely a face. I'm good. I don't need to remember. It's in the past, whatever it is.
Well, we won't be, taking up too much of your time. We'll be on our way in the morning. Leave it to you,
Okay. I wonder I will.
Are you hunting to sustain yourself?
I do on occasion, though I don't seem to have much of a diet. I did a while back, but... Yeah, maybe I could hunt tomorrow, I suppose.
Gikato's eyes kind of flash, they go kind of opalescent for a second, just kind of white, as if they've rolled back, but there's no motion. They just kind of go white for a second, and I look into the ethereal plane around this guy.
Okay. You looking for anything in particular?
Just if there's anything lurking, influencing him.
You don't see anything in particular.
To add on to that, can Aegis use his Eyes of the Grave?
Okay.
A little bit of the color kind of drains out and they go a little bit more silver.
He's more creeped out at the sight of that. And is that to detect undead?
I know the location of any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't beyond total cover and isn't protected from divination magic until the end of my next turn.
Okay. You concentrate. Nothing seems to ping.
What's that, Aegis?
Just looking for something. Probably similar to what you were doing.
And it's kind of, this is away from the tabaxi. I have certain, abilities that I've picked up from the captain. And, well, let's just say, there's nothing lurking on the borders.
And nothing that's wandered back. Aside from your friend.
Oh, yeah, of course. Strikes me as odd, though. He seems afflicted by something. Doesn't feel like a natural loss of memory. If there's some creature out here fussing with him, messing with travelers, forewarned is forearmed, eh?
Yes.
Do you have any restorative powers that might,
I offered, but consent is important.
Fair enough. Friend, you look awfully tired. All this traipsing around by yourself, carrying all this stuff, gathering all this firewood. My friend here is certain, restorative magics that could, put a bit of a pep back in your stride, help you go in whatever direction you want to go to that little bit faster. Not that you're in a rush or anything, but, take take a bit of the world weariness out of your stride.
Do they have to look so creepy when they're doing it?
Well, who are we to judge how folks practice their various beliefs and, the things that they can do?
It's a fair point. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 14?
14. Okay.
It's one of those numbers where I say it's maybe okay.
It's right there.
You can
is
see
that person who looks like a haunted doll, and then he moves.
like a weeping angel.
Oh no.
You can see like the cogs turning in his mind. Well,
Just to make you feel yourself before you head off tomorrow.
I suppose it might give me something interesting to write in my diary entry for tonight. Will it hurt?
Generally looks questioningly at Aegis.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't. That does not fill me with great confidence.
As it shouldn't, as it usually doesn't, or it shouldn't as in it does, and that's a shame.
Oh, no, the first.
Okay.
Unless
There you go.
I don't know what's actually wrong, but there should be no pain.
He just sort of lifts a hand out. He's like, right, do it quickly, do it quickly, do it quickly, do it quickly.
He just kind of just lifts a hand to his, and this like black smoke just kind of wreaths around it and up his arm and like washes over him. And he just casts remove curse.
Okay. As the incantation fades, you see he's there sort of still reacting like, is it over? Is it over?
It's done.
Well, I don't feel any... And he stops. And his eyes go to the back of his head. And he falls back onto the ground. And starts convulsing.
Can I do a
Starts
medicine
convulsing.
check?
He certainly can. He starts convulsing and fitting on the floor.
I'm gonna lay on hands 5 points, see if I can remove whatever is affecting him.
Okay.
27 medicine?
27.
Ooh.
You're able to quickly get him into a recovery position as this attack, whatever it is, begins to fade, and suddenly... Oh, shit.
Right there, friend.
Do you want to tell us exactly what that was about?
I said it
Oh.
shouldn't hurt. I didn't say that it wouldn't.
No, it didn't hurt physically. I'm just coming to terms with how long it's been and how long I've been here, and oh shit. I've got to,
right.
thank you. I am. Where am I exactly?
I tell him.
And how? Wait, but there's something about you that's from. Are you from the Feywild? Looks at two of you in particular.
I've been in contact with many Fey, and I'm familiar with the Feywild.
Who's
Right.
it? Is it me?
Yes.
Oh no, I've never been there.
No, I listen. I can taste Fey in the air.
Oh,
And it's
Fey,
very
yeah, but not the Feywild.
right.
You know, the other ones.
How far away from there am I?
From the Feywild.
Aye.
I mean, it's always just round the corner, as it were, eh?
Right, around which corner specifically? Because I really need to get back.
Did your esteemed patron tear a hole in the fabric of reality or something?
I'm not privy to all of her doings, but I doubt this is one of them.
We don't want to be owing her any favours anyway. Look, mate, you're in the material plane here.
Oh, bollocks. Right. Oh, okay.
Where do you hail from? From one of the courts?
No, I come from Roshan's Rise. Don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Has Gigato heard of it while it's been here?
Make a history check for me.
$19?
19. Not so much history, but recent history. One of the events of the Great Reconvergence over the last 8 years or so, in the main continent of Rodania, and those of you actually from Rodania would know this, a territory was previously known as the Vale of Mist, came under one of these convergences.
It's huge.
That's a good question. I'll get back to you on that. I've never thought about that, actually.
It's just across the way there.
But yes, so this territory in the mainland of Rodania that used to be known as the Vale of Mist was victim to the Great Reconvergence, and in its place now stands a colossal tree emanating from the land itself, which is known as Roshan's Rise. And around about this time, somewhere in Roshan's Rise, a group of adventurers have made their way there. If you want to find out about that, you'll have to watch the main campaign. I would say that you probably could just about see the top of it on the horizon, actually, with the size of it, the sheer size of it.
And Gigato would know that.
Yes.
Well, I've got good news for you, friend.
All right.
Over there. Second star on the... Is it left or right? I forget.
The right.
On the right?
I believe so.
Mm.
Yes. Over there, you know. Second star on the right. That instinct bulge on the horizon. And straight on till morning. And
What the
a few
hell is
mornings
it
after
doing?
that.
What the hell is it doing in the material plane?
It's been here for some time.
Oh,
I don't know.
bollocks.
Aegis, that's your neck of the woods.
Kind of. It's on the surface.
Oh, yeah, true, I suppose. Ah, gods. Astra,
Yes.
you're from the surface world of Rodania. Do you know anything about the giant tree?
I've heard of it. I don't know much of what surrounds it. I'd love to know.
Was it not always here?
No.
How long has it been here?
As of recent.
Typical Faye answer.
How recent is recent in your terminology?
Thank you. little more specific, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I don't keep track of days. That's quite boring.
So while you're having this conversation, you look back and you can see that Burry is now packing all their belongings very hastily into a bag, saying, "Right, you can have the campfire. It's all yours. Where's the nearest settlement? I need to get to that big tree over there."
Before you go, you are carrying a book. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's my diary.
May we take a look?
Yeah, but be quick, because I need to go. Just, hand you the book.
Bree,
So
it's
after scanning, yeah.
it's not particularly safe to be traveling around by yourself.
Well, I made it this long on my own. I should be fine. All right.
Look, at least wait until morning. You know the darkness is not your friend. Sorry, Aegis. Look, it's been this long. You've been wandering around for a while. What's one more night?
And you would have the protection of at least watches during the night.
Look at the size of this one.
All right.
Else, if it's protection you want, look at the size of me. And he just sets off one of his runes, and it just flares, and he just becomes 11 feet tall. There you go. Like I said, look at the size of me.
All right. Okay. Today has been a day. I'm going to lie down, contemplate everything. Cool. While you're looking through the book, it's a red leather bound with like leaves attached to it, like sewn into the material. It's quite lovely to look at. Flicking through the contents, you can see that it says property of Burry, which is where he's got the name from. And it is indeed a diary, and pretty much all of the entries say the same thing. Woke up, packed up my stuff, wandered over there for a bit, set up camp, went to sleep. But it is pages upon pages upon pages. There's no dates, but just estimating how many. He's been here for a number of years.
Yeah.
Does it mention anywhere of any dangers he encountered, or?
Surprisingly, no. Every entry is the same.
There's no like change earlier on.
Seemingly not. It's right from the beginning.
You know why you started keeping the journal?
It's something to do.
Esther hands back the diary and goes, "What was the last thing that happened to you that you remember before these lands?"
Well, I was at home, and we were preparing for a ceremony. Oh, shit. No. Yeah. Flora. We were having a ceremony for Flora, and something went wrong. And then it's all a bit of a blur, and then I was here.
Who's Flora?
It's my wee sister.
What kind of ceremony?
It was like a royal commendation. The Sealy Court were visiting. I didn't know a lot about it. It's more my parents that sort of had all the knowledge about it. You know, for me, it was just like, oh, it's cool. Like, there's going to be a party, there's going to be drinks, I'm going to dress up nice. And then it wasn't nice.
Astra, are you more affiliated with the summer or winter? Just asks Astra.
Oh, me? More winter, yes.
Oh, great. So nice to have something in common. Look, Burry, I'm afraid the elf and I, any connections that we have, more with the Queen of Night and Magic than that side of things. So I don't think we can help you.
Right. No, I appreciate it nonetheless. Obviously, you've woken me up from whatever was going on, so...
Yeah, good job there, Aegis.
Thank you.
You still creep me out, like, but thank you. I'm
Don't
gonna...
cross my face.
I'm going to lie down. I'm probably not sleep much, but, yeah. At least have a cat nap, I suppose.
I do want to suggest it, you know. But
And see,
was it your journey here that's put you in this state? Was it something else?
I don't know. There was something happened at the ceremony, then it's all a blur, and then I woke up next to a campfire somewhere around here. And I couldn't remember anything before that.
You rest up as best you can and, be up bright and early and bushy-tailed to start making your way back home. I'm sure there are some folks over there that are really keen to meet you.
I hope so. I don't even know how long it's been, but yeah. Do that. Right. Rest well, I suppose. Still not used to having company. And you'll see he starts to
We'll keep watch.
He gets on all fours and starts to spin in a circle, trying to find the right spot before curling up in a ball. So, do we want to take watches for the night?
So I have a ritual spell called Alarm, where I can have an alarm against any unwanted intrusion.
Okay.
Maybe we could all sleep? I don't know.
How long
Aegis
does
would
it...
definitely propose watches. Even still.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll say you can go ahead and set up the alarm, and if you want to still take watches, you can do. It'll take 2 watches to get through the whole night. So 2 volunteers for the watches. And who would like to go first?
Yakato kind of looks at Astra laying out the alarm. What kind of radius are you laying that out in?
Just a circle with some ground up, like barley and wildflowers.
What's the radius on that?
A mile. Yes, is the mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you're within a mile of the warded area.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
What area can you ward, though? Does it say?
A 20-foot cube.
Yakato will look at you, smirk, move 10 foot further out and lay his cordon of arrows. In a 60-foot cube.
Okay, I see my spells are not needed.
Oh, no, it's all right. Yours will let them know that someone's here, and my arrows will actually defend us.
Oh, then I'll trance quite soundly tonight.
You better. Enjoy the fresh air while it lasts.
Okay. So, volunteer for the first watch.
Aegis will take it if nobody else wants it.
I wanted to talk to Coverer, but if you have something that you wanted to talk about, that's good.
I mean, you could.
I'll go ahead.
So, we'll say Aegis takes first watch and then hands over to Kimura for second watch. And if you want to have a moment with Kimura as they're changing watches, you are welcome to do so. So, the rest of you bunker down for the night, close your eyes and drift into sleep. Aegis, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Once everybody's asleep, he removes his hood. It's an 18.
18.
I don't know what's up with my dice today, but they're doing me good. I'll take it.
Could never be as good as Reese's dice. Those dice are
Which one?
Insane. Your Reese.
Oh. Because Rodania has a Reese too.
Rodania does have a Reese. So when Reese's combine. So,
Yep.
with an 18, your watch goes fairly uneventful. It's nice to be able to have your hood down for a little bit once everyone's asleep. And is there anything in particular that the audience would see when the hood's down?
So he has this like very stark white hair, these two little braids that hang down. And his hair goes way down his cloak. It's like waist length. But on his watch, what he would do is he would summon his Echo Knight that looks like his twin sister. And just kind of chat with her while like kind of like walking the perimeter.
Amazing.
And then by the time he's done, he kind of dismisses her and wakes up Gamora.
So we're ready. How'd it go?
Quiet, which is good.
She'll get up. You know, if it helps, you've been doing a lot of good here, and this land needs it. Thank you. And she'll pat him on the shoulder, grab Oathkeeper, and just keep it close to her as she sits over, probably close to where Didarabachi's sleeping. And it's really hard, I imagine, to miss a huge lump of fur that's kind of curled up right outside, or right within the rim of Alarm. But she'll just kind of clutch Oathkeeper and kind of look around, watch the stars every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's when Kikato comes up.
Yep.
Hey, Outlander. Couldn't sleep.
Anything? Anything lurking around?
I wish. I've been kind of itching to kill something recently, but if it's anything as whatever Midas describes, we'll have plenty of that soon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it gets proper gnarly up past the mountains.
How far did you make it?
Far enough. There's a nasty feeling up past the pass, into the corrupted area. It's like you just said, it's just wrong. All of it. A perversion of what life should be. If that makes sense.
I've only known one, so I can only go based off of your understanding of it. What was it? What did it look like when you encountered it for the first time?
It's like a blight. It's like it's like a sickness, a rot, but it rots everything, not just plant matter. Everything. Fabrics, steel, rocks, just the whole lot. Utterly consumed. And whilst I count myself lucky that I've never seen anything myself, certain colleagues of mine have sworn that it can give certain animals a right nasty turn. Just know that if we see anything like that, it's already long gone. And we just need to put it down as quickly as possible.
Well, you've chosen the right woman for the job, at the very least. Hopefully I can make more sense of this than my dreams recently.
Aye, quite the illustrious progeny. If what the king was saying is anything to go by.
Yeah. Well, he's known my father for some time. And I come from a family of adventurers. He's familiar with them. So he has a lot of words to say about them and a lot of words to say about me. I think the last time I was in the castle, I knocked something over. That must have been 2 decades ago. And I don't think the king ever looked at me the same way again. It was a vase. It didn't even really matter. I don't even know why people keep vases on columns and pedestals, just lying there for some children to play around.
This is more than property damage.
It is.
I might not look like it, but I do have ears.
I don't know
there's
what your
something-
association... Oh, go ahead.
If there's something strong enough, something concerning enough to worry the king, then it sure as hell's worries me. Look, we've already got one here. He gestures across at Astra's transync. With too many dealings with a witch that I care for. We don't need one with dealings with a witch king causing any problems.
Your concern is noted. It's a deep-seated thing.
No, my king's concern was noted by me. And if that's a risk to this mission, if that's a risk to these people who I want to get out of their mountains, these people who I want to take into the wastelands and back again, these people, well, one of these people who I want to deliver somewhere else later on. Look, who is this Witch King? Who are they to you? Is it a patron like hers? Is it a strange eldritch spider like theirs?
The Witch Knight is my dad. Kakato.
Oh, that's right, it was
The
night,
witch?
sorry.
The Witch Knight is the man that king sent up here to die. And I have no intention of coming back down that mountain until I bring him back. And when I do, I will make sure everyone gets down this mountain okay, but when we descend, when we get back to Carthamand, the king will only have an eternity to forgive my father, and I will take no pleasure in it. What you need to know is that I won't die up here. You're not going to die up there. And despite whatever relationship you have with Astra, I will make sure you all get back down. But I need you to understand something too. There are scars here on this land that do not heal with conversation. I'm sworn to protect you. This is part of this mission. Whatever your relationship is with Midas, with this nobility, I don't care.
Look,
But I need you to know. Oh, go. Go ahead.
I am done with making mistakes, with making bad judgment calls, and jeopardizing the royalty that I serve. I bluster about Astra paying for whatever her patron did. It wasn't even her. It was just done in her name. I'm just looking for... someone to blame, because the one who's really to blame is so bloody untouchable. Have you ever? Devourer of flesh. Stomping about the place and that unnatural walking cottage of hers. I don't know what it's like around these parts, but it's a name that strikes fear into anyone. Anybody in the Shadow Realm. In the Feywild, for that matter. Where our friend was originally from, it seems. Where that Get Big Tree was from originally, it seems. Baba Yaga. The worst. The worst of the worst. She's the one to blame. Can't just very well go and take her into justice. So I was lashing out at her agent. I don't know, Kimura.
She'll put a hand on his shoulder and then just kind of gently just kind of reassure Hikato.
No, I said no. Look. Tell me this. It's something I've been trying to decide. Is a warlock... Are they responsible for what their patron does? Or just for what they do in the name of their patron?
don't know much about warlocks. I don't know much about being beholden to a power I can't understand.
It's intoxicating. Have you met any Archfey?
Kind of just looks over at Deidarabachi. No, she's the closest Fae I've ever known.
She's magnificent.
A shell of herself.
I suppose on some level I should understand where Astra's coming from. I just don't know how to tell her that. Not after I reacted somewhat rashly.
So you can't control what came before. I don't think anyone can. That would be foolish to think. But you can control how you act now. And whatever you two have done to each other, that doesn't have to be tomorrow. That doesn't have to be the day after that. It doesn't have to be whatever duration of time you know each other for. Maybe you hunted her in the past. Maybe you found that the only way to get after this Baba Yaga was to lash out at her. But does she know the crimes that Baba Yaga has committed to her? To you? It's not your fault. It may not be hers either. Keep that in mind.
It's not about control. It's about the responsibility. I was once where Astra is. Not exactly the same situation, but just as beholden. Just as smitten by an Archfey. The Archfey of the Winter Court. I was in the service of the Queen of Night and Magic. Was. Until, Till I fucked up.
How? How did you fuck up?
There was a magnificent treasure, unearthed by miners in the hills of the material plane. Another world, not this one. Far away. It's beautiful. You'd like it. Mountains. Stretching far along the coast. The glittering sea of swords. You could skip Baldur's Gate. But, it's a good place. But I'll say I like it here as well. From what I've seen. But, yeah. These miners unearthed this glorious jewel, and they were beholden to the Unseelie Court, the Queen of Night and Magic, for keeping the mountain snows at bay, protecting their valley from the elements, the nasty weather, allowing them a flourishing trade. There was they offered the jewel, this magnificent mystical jewel, up for, thanks to the Fae in the shrine there. And of course, that's when it passed over into the Shadow Realm and was found by the shrine's attendants on the side of the Shadow Road. Of course, it was delivered to the local lord. Idonius is his name. May he rest in peace. He, thinking it only proper, communicated to the Queen that a jewel befitting only her majesty, only her glory, had been found, that he would be delivering it at once. I was the head warden for that Shadow Road. Long before Astra or her patron sent her in our direction. So it fell to me to accompany him. Escort him like I'm escorting your loot. All the way up to the Court of Night and Magic. Come on, it was glorious. The lanterns, the pageantry, all of the nobles, and you've never seen the like. Far greater than anything in Cathromant. And the throne room just takes your breath away. But us lowly Shadow Road wardens are not meant to tread those hallowed halls for long. We were ushered back out whilst the gift was being delivered. That's why I'm still here. It was a trap. There's a nasty bastard in the Shadow Realm. Just as twisted and nasty as Baba Yaga. Careflin. Careflin of the crooked teeth. Slippier and harder to track down than Astra or any of them. Astra doesn't even come close. They laid the trap. They planted the jewel, this magical device in the mountains where they knew it would be found. They knew it would be handed up to these fey gods that protect the valley, and that we would come trotting along, delivering it to the Queen. And that's when it triggered. Nigh on half the bloody palace was consumed. It's the only word I've got for it. It wasn't an explosion. It wasn't a blast. It wasn't fire. It was God, the only other time I've seen anything like it was up past those mountains. It was a rot. It was a consuming of life and vitality and everything that made those hallowed halls the place that they were. Lord Idonius realized what was about to happen just before it did, and he threw himself past, knocked the queen clear off her throne. He was consumed, along with so many others. Lost. But his sacrifice saved the queen. But, responsibility. If we hadn't told Lord Idonius, if we hadn't trotted it up to the court of knights and magic, he'd still be here. The queen wouldn't have nearly lost everything, and I'd still be a Shadow Road Warden. I've paid my dues. I've lost touch with the most beautiful place. I'll never go back there. And luck would have it, I found somewhere else that was beautiful. Somewhere I could, do good. And I will go back there once I've finished my work here. But, you have the right of it. Astra. Astra isn't Baba Yaga. I need to hear a tale, I suppose, eh? I've bored you long enough with mine. Sorry. You should get some sleep.
Hey. And she'll
I'll be good.
kind of just...
I'll be here with the captain.
I think she'll extend the pinky out, kind of looking for like a pinky handshake promise, as it were, just over to Gekato.
What are we promising?
Just take my pinky first.
I've been with the Fae too long, friend. What are we promising to?
There are two ghosts that haunt us in these mountains. Let's make sure that doesn't define us for the next. Let's make sure... What would my father have said? Let not the ghosts of your past define the will of your actions. Let them be a beacon of lessons learned, so that when you see that bright and distant shore, it's yours, and only yours. Astra's a conduit for all the mistakes that you've had. I can't imagine what that's like. But I can imagine a world where when you come back down this mountain, it'll be better. You will be better. A past haunts you because it reminds you how you feel. Not just about home, not just about who you protected, but genuinely and sincerely. It means that you felt something.
Sounds like
coming
your
home
past
to
is...
feel. Go ahead.
That Sounds like your past is dragging at your heels as well. Those are very wise, very kind words for one called the Witch Knight. Why such the foreboding title?
I never understood it myself. That's what everyone called him. My father. Some say he walked 2 worlds.
Only 2?
I wish he would come home to this one. This glaive, and she'll pull Oathkeeper closer. This is the only thing I have left of him right now. Not until I give it back to him.
There's a lot to be said for a weapon. Entrusted. I have a similar thing, and I pull out the Ikloa. Yeah, the short throwing spear.
I have been curious about that.
This was given to me by Speaker Cholet. An ancient visionary. And the whole reason we're here? Well, I'm here.
And I'm glad you are.
She reunited someone with their homeland. And, if your father's still alive, and he sounds like he's a fighter, we'll find him. We'll bring him back.
We will. Now you're going to take my damn pinky or not?
I'll swear to that, eh? No, seriously, get some sleep. Start climbing tomorrow.
Pat on the shoulder and just kind of pet Didarabachi. Just let her acknowledge that I'm going to sleep and pass out.
It's me.
So, Gikato, go ahead and roll me a d20 for the remainder of your watch. What'd you get?
10, down the middle.
10 down the middle. Okay. You notice that the weather changes ever so slightly through the night, but remains relatively calm. It looks like tomorrow may not be as bright a day, which might be a good thing for Aegis. But the rest of the watch goes uneventful. I'm sure you can't help but ponder back on old memories that may have resurfaced after recounting your tale to Kimura. Maybe even thinking, I wonder what those lot are up to right now. Io, Chiyoko, Beatrix. Off on some crazy adventure, no doubt. Who knows? And eventually, morning comes. You may all take the benefits of a long rest. It's quite an overcast morning. It is sunny, but there is enough of a layer of cloud where you do find some relief today. Some much needed relief from the piercing sunlight. Buri has already packed as you are all stirring. Gikato, you will have noticed him get up quietly and sort of look at you and just, shh, I'm gonna go. And Will sort of come over and be like, nearest settlement, that way.
And I'll point to Kathramat.
Cheers. Right. I've never asked what you were doing, but all the best with that. Maybe I'll see you again. I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff to figure out.
Yeah. Please, for what it's worth, send the regards of the Queen of Knights and Magic to the Summer Court, eh?
Aye. Hopefully they're still there to be able to do that. Yes, thank you. Right. Oyasumi. And he sort of leaps off into the distance. So, you all wake up, you gather your things, prepare yourself for the next leg of your journey. Can I get someone to roll me a d20? Pretty please.
I did.
No pressure.
Go for it.
Yeah. 2.
A 2.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll me a d6,
Sounds
pretty please.
Okay. These are the dice from Emma, by the way.
Excellent. So you're going to blame her?
Causing shenanigans. I'll blame Luce. I'll blame Luce. That's that.
Okay.
Me halfway. 5.
A 5. Okay. So, the rest of the journey goes quite well. Now the weather is a bit more miserable. Gakato, you do remember like a couple of shortcuts along the way, which sort of reduces the amount of time. And it's late afternoon, early evening. The sun's not quite hitting the horizon yet. As you reach the border, and the first thing you see is the aftermath of something that's happened. As the settlement on the border lies in a state of ruin. Somewhere only a matter of days ago you were last here, and all around you, littered across the ground, are bodies of scouts, colleagues of yours. People who you were only days ago just sat round a campfire with, discussing events in the Northern Territory. Something's happened here, something recently. But you can't help but notice the people that appear to have been slain don't appear to have been slain here. It looks as if they were running here, and this is as far as they got.
Cause of death?
Various different causes amongst the different corpses, different types of wounds. All fairly recent. And they all appear to have been heading from the location where the border gate used to be, which is now mere crumbled ruins and splintered wood. And in the distance you can hear some sort of scuttling. What would you like to do?
Something terrible's been here. It's like he's not warning yet, just time. Stood very businesslike, the bow's out. Watch out. Can you hear that? Can I see anything?
You can go ahead and make a perception check. As you do, Ginkgo takes a step forward and you can see that she looks quite concerned. And she says,
Oh, yeah.
I know that sound. but it's wrong.
And on
Something-
11. What should it be?
There's nothing good.
Can any of us roll perception?
Well, it's round about this time you all start to hear the sound of distant battle with some sort of, you assume, a large creature, as you can hear the booming of large footsteps getting closer.
Someone's still alive. Come on, we've got to help them.
Throwing Oathkeeper, just charging at it. Behind
Okay.
me!
You dart forward.
And Gekato follows, and as they run like mid-stride, they supersize again.
Okay. You edge closer towards the border gate as you start to notice that the surrounding landscapes are aflame. And there are dark patches of land which look like scorch marks, but Gekato, these are the kinds of rot that you have witnessed. And you hear a loud guttural roar as around a corner in the distance ahead of you, a large creature steps into view. As you take sight of what used to be, from appearances, it looks like it might once have been an adult red dragon. Now something twisted and rotted as it steps forward. As it gets closer, you start to notice half of its face is rotted away, exposing bone and muscle tissue. And from the scales and its skin all across its body, you notice these dark patches, and it looks like they're moving. And on closer inspection, Kimura, you see something you recognize from your dream as partially in these scales and these patches of skin, either burrowing their way in or out. I'm not sure which. You see dark, maggot-like insects emanating. It steps forward, its eyes flare. Well, one eye and one eye socket flare a piercing light blue energy. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Hooray!
Rah!
I think just for flavor, as this is all happening, she's looking down, horrified, mortified at the feet of the party, looking to see if the maggots are there. She kind of takes like a long breath kind of seeing this. It's triggering something in her. And for the rest of the party, you can see this very intense scowl, unlike that you've seen of Kimura yet.
And Patch, what would I know about the corruption? Is it to be avoided, or can it be walked across?
So you don't know a great deal. You would assume it's probably not something you want to be in contact with, given the fact that you've heard that it is affecting creatures, and now you can see in front of you it's affecting a creature. You would assume it's probably best to stay away from it, in a sense.
Yeah. I pointed out and want everyone to keep away.
So, what did everyone get for initiative?
19.
Okay. And a 15 from Kimura? 21 was that? Oof.
Aegis is just alert on everything this session.
I rolled so many 18s. It's scary. I have 8 different die I'm rolling through.
All right. First initiative of the campaign, guys. Good luck. Let's have some fun. Top of the round. Aegis, what would you like to do? The dragon is about, let's say, 60 feet in front of you, currently. And it's approaching.
Aegis would like to tell the party, please stay close to me if you go too far. Well... And, kind of, these black shadows just kind of spread out from him. So he summons spirit guardians.
Whee! Excellent.
And I'm gonna write down my tracking on that. And bonus action, he's going to summon his Echo Knight. So taking the place amidst these shadowy angel figures is an identical figure of him that just is a little bit shorter and is wearing a white dress.
Okay. Amazing. Anything else?
He's gonna stay, try and encompass the whole group in this, circle of, not darkness, but shadows. It's a... Sorry, let me double check. A 15-foot radius. Anybody who's not the party, he just will designate as an enemy. So if anybody starts their turn or enters it, this aura, they will need to roll a wisdom save, at which point I will be doing a lot of radiant damage.
Interesting. Good to know. All right. Thank you very much. Moving on. Astra.
How close do I have to stay to you, Aegis? What did you say?
15 feet to be within basically this protective aura, and ideally 60 feet if you want to heal.
Okay. Alright, I guess Astra will stay by Aegis' side, and I'm just going to use True Strike. So Astra points her finger at the dragon, and a ring with an amethyst stone in it kind of glows. It's supposed to give me a brief insight into the target's weak spot. So next attack I make is with advantage.
Okay.
And that's it.
And anything else?
No, that's all.
That's it. All right. That brings us to Kimura.
Well, my wonderful friends here have created a few nice parlor tricks for us to indulge ourselves in before. Kimura is a woman of action, so heeding the words for once in her life of King Midas, she's going to bonus action cast Searing Smite on her glaive, on Oathkeeper. And you said it's about 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just double check something, because I believe Deidarabachi has 30 feet of movement, and I'm curious to see if... I've always confused by this, and I know you guys know this much better than I do. If I'm on a mount, does the mount's speed count towards my own, or is it an individual?
It would be an individual. So if it's 30 feet and you've got 30 feet, you can go 60 feet, but you would have to dismount after 30 feet. If that makes sense.
No, it does. Yeah, I appreciate it. Just want to double check movement, because that will affect how I do this, and I apologize. Speed 50 odds. Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, I could. All right, this is going to be fun. So, we are on Deidarabachi, and we're just going to charge 50 feet. That's the normal movement speed. And then with that searing hot flame, we're going to make 2 attacks with the glaive, because I can reach that distance.
All right. Go for 2 attacks.
Right. First one is. Oh, that is not good. That is a 12. But what I will do, out of curiosity, is I'm going to expend one use of my Amulet of the Devout to then use my what the hell is it? It's the sorry.
Level 12, so many things.
So many things to do. This is what happens in your level 12 campaign, folks.
Channel Divinity.
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to expend one use of my Amulet of Devout. That's going to give me a free use of Channel Divinity, and then I'm going to use Channel Divinity Guiding Strike, which gives me an additional plus 10 to hit. That can only be done before the reaction, so the total is 22 to hit.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Lovely. And then just for kicks and giggles, we're going to add a first level smite to that.
Of course.
That's going to be... 6. So it's 13 magical slashing damage plus. I'm sorry. Same. Okay, perfect. 9 radiant.
9 radiant. All right, thank you. You carve in with this strike, and as soon as the wound opens into its flesh, you see these maggot-like things start burrowing out of the wound.
I think she'll call out before for the next attack. It heals itself. We'll make the second attack.
Second attack.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, let's go.
Nice.
And couple of fun things happen in a natural 20. Orcish Fury gives me an additional damage use of the weapon die. So that's going to be 2d10. The Searing Smite's going to activate, so that's a d6. And that's going to be fire damage.
Okay. So crit rolls for this campaign is max damage plus your standard roll. So max damage and then standard roll plus everything you've just said.
Yep. So that includes the Searing Smite, or?
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be. That's going to be 30 magical slashing. And that's going to be 3 additional fire damage.
3 fire. You carve in with the second strike. You seem to strike something, whether it's an artery or something. It seems to really cause it some intense damage. And as the fire seems to take effect, it seems to be cast out by the maggot-like creatures, seemingly having no specific effect. That's relevant to the fire aspect of the attack.
It's a red dragon.
It is. Is it a cousin?
It's like, oh, you noticed? Thank you.
Also, fire doesn't work, I think.
Like I said,
King's a goddamn liar.
that was my point.
And that's it.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. That brings us to Gekato. What would you like to do?
I will, as a bonus action, cast Hail of Thorns.
Ooh.
On my arrow, which I notch and bring up and draw back my longbow and shoot. Yeah. 16?
Miss.
Second shot. Yeah. Natural 1.
Definite miss.
No.
Action Surge.
Yes.
Go for it.
One of these is going to hit. 19?
Meets it, beats it.
Hey! Do you want me to roll the second attack?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
18. Just misses.
Just misses. So you get one
God damn
hit.
it. That's plus 10 to hit.
I know.
It's fucking horrible. But no matter, I do get a d8 plus 6 first. So that's 12. And because of my giant's might, I get an extra d6 on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an extra 3, so that's 15. And then because of the Hail of Thorns, that is an extra 3d10.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that 15 so far?
Yep, 15 so far.
15, 19, 21, 31.
31. Magnificent.
You love to see it.
So this flurry of arrows, most seeming to miss, but one striking true, hitting like directly in the middle of the skull, where on one side the flesh is rotted away, like getting bang on in the center there, and cracking. You can see it cracks through the skull, and again you see these maggot creatures start to burrow out and encase the arrow, and after a moment the arrow is gone.
The creatures that are already on its surface, are they separate targets?
They
Not really.
not particularly. They could be, but they are tiny.
Yeah, because as the arrow comes like plummeting down towards the dragon, it just goes and just this complete barrage, like everything within 5 feet or something.
So it's like a barrage. Okay, so
Yeah.
So the same thing pretty much happens with the arrow scattering out and hitting various points on the creature, and in all the different points where there is an arrow, you see the arrow begin to get consumed.
Okay. And then I'm like, right, so get him, and the crystal just goes and cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, excellent. Arr! Captain Sook flies again.
Yeah, it's radiant damage, not what's it?
Fire.
Yeah. Okay. Let's fight to hit. Come on. No, it's 11.
11, unfortunately, just... I'm a bit out of practice. Apologies.
Excuse me.
Still getting used to gravity.
That's got like 60-foot range on it, so it doesn't get.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's all.
All right. Now we come to the creature's turn. So it uses some of its movement to get close to you all. Some of you have obviously approached it a little bit. And you see that it brings its head back, and in the holes in the skin you can see flames start to appear, and you're preparing yourself for a flame breath attack, which then suddenly the flames get snuffed out as it opens its mouth. And I'd like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as it unleashes its rot breath upon you all, as you start to see these maggot creatures being flung out of its mouth towards you all in a 60-foot cone, which will get everybody. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no. Oh no. Natural one.
Okay.
Pardon me. 24.
24.
And 23.
It's my best one.
Okay. So the DC was 21. So who got lower than a 21? Okay. Ginkgo also got lower than a 21. So, for the purposes of this, Aegis and Gikato managed to dodge out of the way and managed to avoid any contact with this rot breath. Unfortunately, Ginkgo, Gamora, and Astra take the full blunt as these creatures just pile onto you, and you manage to shake them all off. But you can feel like it's not, not sure if they're biting into you or if it's just corroding at your skin. But you do take some damage from that. I'm going to use D&D Beyond because this is a lot.
Some damage.
Well, if it's
some
alive,
damage.
Deidarabachi's gone. She's gone. No matter what that damage is, you've killed her.
Oh, you monster.
Okay, it's lower than it could have been. You only take 51 points of necrotic damage.
Only 51.
Only 51. That was a low roll.
Please, sir, may I have
Nice
another?
campaign, everyone.
Thanks for joining the Demethrin 5. This is our final session. We hope that you enjoyed these past two games.
We didn't understand. When he said mini campaign, we didn't comprehend.
True to his word.
Robert Jack says, I think Robert Jack says it best in chat. Leg it.
Leg it indeed.
Or is it legit? I'm not sure.
Both. Let's go with both.
They're both.
And that will do for its go, which brings us to Ginkgo, who brushes off the rot and looks quite angry and also slightly heartbroken towards this creature. And lifts a hand up as she goes ahead and casts Hex on it. So it is now hexed. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target. And you can choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks. So let's go for... we'll go for Constitution. So it has disadvantage on Constitution saves going forward. And bonus action, she will click her heels together and wings spring out of her boots as she has activated her winging boots. And that does it for her turn, bringing us back to the top of the round. Aegis.
All right. Well, let's see if we can't add to that. Just is going to use his action to summon his wings. So y'all see the 3 sets of spectral golden wings with his own eyes on them kind of emerge from the cloak. And
thank God Burry's gone because he'd be terrified.
yeah. What are you? An angel. And yeah, he's going to use this movement to proceed forward with the rest of the group. Also, just to give you the DM a heads up, the wings do add an extra bit of damage.
Nice.
In addition to any party member within, let's see, a 15-foot radius, you can add a d4 to your attacks and saving throws. Which, thank you, John, for helping me come up with that.
Ooh. Very nice.
I'm a fan of that. Excellent.
So, yeah, now everybody who's within that Spirit Guardians also gets a d4 buff.
Magnificent. Anything else?
Let's see what I have on my bonus actions at this point. I'm gonna just go ahead and use my movement to send my echo forward a bit closer to those who are furthest away.
Okay, no problem.
That's me done.
Right, that brings us back to Astra, brushing the rot maggots from your form. What would you like to do?
She's just picking them off. It's like, fond as I am of bugs, that quite stings. And how far in front of Astra is the dragon?
It's probably about 30 feet or so now, as it closed the gap a little bit.
Right. So I use True Strike, and it says on your next action, you have advantage. But if I'm doing 3 separate attack rolls for my Eldritch Blast beams, do I get advantage on all of them or just one of them?
It would just be the first. And does it specifically say a melee attack or?
I don't think so. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that the spell has been ended.
So you get advantage on the first one.
Okay, fair enough. I thought I'd ask.
Reminder about the D4.
Yeah, and you get a D4 as well if you need it.
Oh. Cool. So it's a 22.
22 hits.
Okay. And that's 15 damage.
15, nice.
All right, so that's my first one. I also have Repelling Blast, so it pushes the creature 10 feet.
Okay.
So I'm pushing the creature 10 feet back, I think.
Yep.
And you just see from Astra this kind of like green light with like specks of almost like electricity, like thunder going through it. Attack the creature and push it back.
Kato's eyes go wide as you push back an adult dragon.
The next one was a 28.
28 definitely hits.
Okay. So then that's 13 damage.
13, okay.
Yeah, and my third blast is a 22.
22 hits.
And then 11 damage.
11 damage. Alright. Pushing the dragon back a full 30 feet, back to where it was at the beginning of the encounter. These strikes do hit true indeed, as if emboldened by True Strike. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all.
Alright, thank you. That brings us back to Kimura.
So I like the idea of just as the maggot breath takes the party, Kimura just being washed over by it like a huge tidal wave. And when you see the giant figure of Deidara Botachi disappear, you just see the roaring figure of Kimura emerge from the maggots. And as it's being pushed away, I'm right here, asshole. And she just charges right back at it.
Sweet.
We are going to... Yes, we are. So as she says that, bonus action, you see storm clouds starting to form, and sort of shocking in between, sort of lighting up, is the visage of this giant figure, this giant hulking, hefting, bearded figure, and a lightning strike comes down next to her as she's, charging towards it. This lightning strike forms into what looks to be like a greatsword, and it sort of falls just a little bit and starts to drag. And that's my spiritual weapon as it charges forward into the dragon, kind of raking the ground as it does.
Probably upon seeing this, Zook starts to laugh maniacally. Ha! The storm's finally here, lads.
Oh yeah, I can hear that.
He's too excited.
I'll convey it to the others.
Yeah.
Why are you doing a pirate impression?
Like, what are you talking about?
Kikar.
Let's do spiritual weapon bonus attack. Good. That is 19. So that meet the pizza?
Beats it.
Very nice. That's going to be force damage, so I don't know what the heck this thing is going to do. That's going to be 7 force damage.
7 force damage, yep.
Accidente. And then as it strikes, Kimura will come in with Oathkeeper, swivel over her head, and just make 2 strikes at it.
Okay.
First one is a 28 to hit.
28 hits.
I did forget, and this is for my knowledge and your knowledge. I forgot it. It's on me. I have improved Divine Strike, so whenever I hit with a weapon attack, I get an additional D8 as a result. And that's
Nice.
going to be Divine Radiant damage. So,
Uh-huh.
all right. We roll Great Weapon Master. That's going to be 10, so 5 there. So the first strike is going to be 15 magical slashing plus 4 radiant.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, if I use a 3rd level Divine Smite, is this thing either undead or fiendish?
You get the sense. I mean, it's essentially a half rotted away living, breathing corpse on appearance. It's definitely giving off an undead vibe.
Fair enough. So that would
That's
be
as
an
much as you would
additional-
understand.
Could I get that additional die for the undead component, perhaps?
You certainly can.
Oh, you are a gentleman and a scholar. So, 16. 24 radiant on top of that.
24 radiant, yep.
And then second attack. Guided strike again. So that'll be 22 to hit. And that'll
22
expend
hits.
the last use of my Perfect. Just not hitting well on that second attack. So 4, 5, the additional D8. So that's going to be 9 magical slashing and 5 radiant on top of that.
9 and 5 for a total of 14. Kimura,
And
as you slice into this creature for the first time in this campaign, tell me how this goes down.
she's angry. She's pissed. You took Mama from her, and so she's going to take everything from you. The sword comes flying through the spiritual weapon and just kind of almost rakes through the entire form of the dragon. And she'll take the first slash, which almost kind of like pushes it a little bit. And then with Oathkeeper, with a loud roar, she just cleaves through the middle of it.
Amazing. And as the creature slumps to the floor, no longer moving, it takes not but a few moments for it to begin to slowly dissolve into the ground. And you see these maggot-like creatures also beginning to dissolve somewhat.
Mora, get back!
No, and she's going to stomp on everything that gets closer to her.
Okay.
Don't touch it!
Get out of my head! I guess it disappears, right?
Till all that remains is a blackened area of ground where the creature once stood. All sort of grass or dirt underneath it has just been reduced to... It almost looks like black sand.
Arrow speed. No. Right. Let's prove that then. Creatures. Being afflicted. Gecko drinks.
Your audio's cutting out, John. Not sure why. Hello.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, and it shrinks back down to his original size. Gamora.
I told you. And she'll check Kakato for the maggots again, and whatever may remain, or even just a residue of it, she's going to immediately wipe away.
Hey, I wasn't the one who was right up in its face. I'm fine. Look to yourself.
Aegis is going to keep those spirit guardians going for the next 10 minutes.
Are they all like twins of you? It's just like
yeah, just these like shadowy figures that look very much like if it's just like Aegis's shadow, basically, with these like radiant wings for the next minute.
So many new friends.
Don't worry, they'll protect you.
That's not very soothing. Come on. Everyone. Please. We have some folks to put to rest.
Yes, that is my next duties.
They need to burn.
Is that the custom here?
You said the dragon's completely gone, Punch?
Yeah.
Okay. Look. I'm sure, Aegis, that you deal in the passing over of spirits, the soul. But there are powers. And you just see Gikato's eyes just kind of go bloodshot red. And the whole eye just goes red. There are powers that can use the other parts of the body.
Not when we're done.
Exactly. Those poor bastards.
Okay.
If you would.
So,
yeah, so go back to the camp.
we'll say that for the sake of brevity, you spend the next couple of hours gathering together the fallen. You look around for survivors. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any. At least not that you can find at this moment in time. But you gather them all together, and Aegis, what kind of send-off do you give them?
Essentially, it's going to be a lot of ritual casting of gentle repose.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially just saying, like, last rites in Undercommon.
Okay. Excellent.
And
We
you
should make
kind of
this say-
see this, like, shroud of shadow just drop over the bodies.
And I'll ask Gamora to help me gather splintered wood and stuff from the gates and the frames and everything and build a big pyre. And then it'll be a ceremony full of cantrips as I will walk slowly around the pyre casting bonfire.
And
Create a bonfire.
eventually the remains are given back to the earth, so to speak, as the right care and duty is taken. And by this point, the sun has set, it is night time, And while the settlement is in partial ruin, it does look like it would hold up at least for tonight, for you to rest in.
And ever practical, I would like to search it for anything useful.
You look around, and there are the usual. There's some rations. There is a storeroom for keeping wood, which is probably where you will have gotten a lot of the wood for the pyres. Certainly they don't.
Oops, sorry.
I'd say certainly they don't need it anymore.
You just would have insisted that everybody essentially do the looting of necessities like that before the rites are carried out. Because once the rites are carried out, he is, in no uncertain terms,
I will absolutely curse you if you steal from the dead.
Oh, don't worry. This belongs to my organization, not them.
A vague threat is no one's friend.
Don't worry, these are sons and daughters of the children of Demethrin. I dare not loot from them.
Ginkgo just writes down in a little book, don't loot from dead people, or don't piss off Aegis.
Wise words.
And eventually you will all settle down for the night. Are we taking watches?
Yeah.
Before everyone goes to bed, I think Astra goes to Aegis and says, "You have such interesting powers, and you help us all so much. Would you write your name in my book?"
Would you explain that custom to me?
Yes, see, if you write your name here, you will be protected.
as semi-fond of Astra as Aegis is, he is going to roll an insight check on you. Nothing personal. You will do that with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not an 18. It is a 13 plus 8.
21.
Why are 8s giving me problem? Yes. Well, what is there anything that would be suspicious to a normal person, or different than the behavior Aegis has seen from Astra?
No, Astra seems completely sincere.
All right. And he writes his first name.
So, when any creature whose name is on the page is reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. So, gift of the protectors.
Very useful.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So, who will be taking the 2 watches for tonight? So, Kimura first, second, Aegis. Okay, Kimura, roll me a d20.
9.
A 9. Thankfully, the night goes uneventful, because you do struggle at times to concentrate on perceiving your surroundings, as obviously you've had quite the experience today. And dreaming about something is one thing, but then experiencing something very similar is quite something, shall we say. The night goes on, and other than the smell of the pyre still burning, the last few embers carrying on, lingering on, nothing of note to report as you hand the watch over to Aegis.
All quiet on the front. Good luck. Just patting Aegis's shoulder.
And then a d20 from Aegis, please.
11.
11.
Mm.
The rest of the night continues uneventful. You do notice one thing before the sun rises, which is that one of the group seems to be stirring in their sleep just a little bit, not having as peaceful a sleep as others. As before we wrap up tonight, Astra, what would a typical dream for Astra consist of?
Sunshine and lollipops.
I'd say Astra is in the hut next to the fire, next to Baba Yaga, and they are looking through books and reading spells and just mixing potions.
Okay. And this is tonight's dream. Another typical lazy afternoon in the hut. And you feel a presence behind you as you turn and you see Baba Yaga. Astra, dear, it appears we need some more firewood. Be a dear and go and collect some for me.
Of course. And Astra lightly stands up and goes outside to collect some firewood.
Okay. And you go maybe 5-10 minutes down the path and find some sizable trees which you're able to get a decent amount of firewood from. And as you start to make your way back, you notice that the forest around you, something about it feels different. You look and you see like the color has drained. Trees are losing their leaves. And the further forward you go, the more barren this forest becomes. And you get to a certain point where you stop and audibly gasp as you look and you see the hut. Baba Yaga's walking hut. On its side, legs not moving. What do you do?
Astra's face just contorts and she dashes forward towards the hut.
Okay, you run. You run as fast as your legs can take you. And you get over to the hut. And as you get over, you look, as you're trying to climb up to get up to the side of the house to be able to get inside, or at least to a window to look in, you can see that on the legs, these dark patches, very similar to what you saw on the dragon, seem to be growing under the surface of its skin. You continue climbing, you get up to the house, and the same dark patches in the wood of the hut. And the doorway, the main doorway, is open to climb through. Or you can look through a window. Bear in mind the house is on its side, so everything is on its side. How would you like to proceed?
Astra is just saying, no, this can't be. And she kind of props herself up so she hangs from the doorway and drops down into the hut.
Okay. You drop down, and there's no landing. You just keep dropping and dropping and dropping. You look up and you see the forest and the entrance to the hut just vanishing into this black void. And eventually you feel yourself slowing down as you land in what seems like water, just a centimeter of water in this black expanse. And you look in front of you and you see facing away from you the recognizable form of Baba Yaga.
Astra runs towards her. Are you alright? What's happened?
As you get closer, she does not turn, but you see the twitch of the neck, one of the arms, and as you get just before you get into reaching distance, she turns around, and where her eyes were, there are now black voids, and she opens her mouth as these dark maggot-like creatures spew out, covering you and everything around you. And the last thing you see before everything goes black is around her neck is a necklace, something which you've never seen her with before. It is a golden medallion with inset gemstones of varying colours. And on one side of one of the faces, seemingly a carving of the continent of Demethrin, which you will have seen on various tapestries since you've arrived. And it seems to be surrounded by flames. And as your consciousness fades, you just hear the voice of Baba Yaga. You did this to me. And now this world ends, and a new age begins, child. And she screams at you. The age of rot. As you wake up, everyone takes the benefits of a long rest. And as you sit up with a cold sweat down your temple, you look towards your comrades. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Everyone?
Astra.
20.
20. Okay. Coming to consciousness and figuring out what just happened, where you are, what's going on, you feel a bit of relief seeing that you're back with your companions. With a 20, you do notice Ginkgo, Kimura, and upon closer inspection yourself, seemingly have some sort of dark patches under your skin in various places. You take a closer look at yours on the back of your wrist, and you can just see the faintest bit of movement under the skin. And that is where we will leave things for this episode. A massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in today, my wonderful players. I apologize for nothing. It was quite fun, wasn't it, guys? You all doing okay?
Oh. Boy, that was fun.
Oh,
I'll never
yeah.
sleep again.
Note to self: try to get above Kamora initiative.
Hey, wonderful. Thank you to everyone for tuning in and for taking part. We love telling these stories for all of you. Hope that you all love tuning in to hear us ramble on and terrify, seemingly. So, before we completely wrap up and go a raiding, let's go round the table and meet our wonderful players. So please tell us who you are, give us anything that you have to plug online or anything like that, and give us your favourite moment from the session, starting with Astra.
Oh, that's hard. I'm on the spot. I'm Sam. You can find me on Phoenix Walkie's channel playing Aurora. You can also find me occasionally DMing on Simasuda's channel doing Lost Minds of Fandelver. And here now, my favorite moment. This is so hard. Well, I guess I'm going to have to say listening to Kakato and Kamora's exchange of their tales and woes.
That was rather wonderful, yes. I do love it. It's one of the many perks of being a DM when you have the kind of players where you can just sit back for an hour and just let them have it. It is one of my favorite aspects of being blessed with such wonderful players as I have always been, and hopefully will continue to be. Thank you. Aegis.
Aelin, I played Aegis, and you can find me here or Phoenix Iwaki for Jacentus Tyranny. Sometimes I do art. And favorite moment. I mean, I love these nightmare sequences. I'm just like on the edge of my seat for them. But yeah, I do love it when you can just sit back and enjoy the other players RPing. And
yeah, it is truly wonderful. I'm glad the nightmare sequences go down well. It's something that I do enjoy doing, and just seeing everyone's reaction.
Well, especially because we're getting to see a different side to Astra than we normally would get presented.
This is very true. Gekato.
Hey, thank you everyone for joining us today. Absolute pleasure as always. And yeah, for myself, loved that scene with Mike. Good stuff. Nice to really sink some teeth into it. And put all of Kakato's story in one place and get some more information about the worryingly named Witch Knight. Maybe not so bad.
Nice.
But yeah, that was really fun to do. And yeah, very curious as to how this is all going to play out. But yes, you can find us. And we have Sunday night or Monday morning, our next session of The Hunger of Ethrin, as Mike and friends, the evil campaign, continue to under the lost Netherese city. And we shall see if they can continue their winning streak of visiting each location. So far they have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if they can carry on the... It became a bit of a mini game within the thing. Just guess which of the locations was the next one as numbered on the map. And then, starting next week with Out of the Abyss with Sam and Mike, we will be kicking off a 6-day long fundraiser event for the incredible Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. All of our regular sessions and 2 very special guest sessions, as we will be joined by Sailor Scout Austin and Black Girl Mage from Strix University, Jeremy Cobb of 3 Black Things, the incredible Cheslens from Barovia and Beyond Pain, of course, and I'm trying to remember everyone because there's so many else. Metria Games and Safia, a fantastic Saudi DM, and AJ Winters, and married the pirate from QuestJunkiesUK. You may have noticed them from around these parts. And who else? Nomadic for the first time is joining.
Woo.
And was that everyone? That was everyone in the second one, wasn't it? Yes. And we have these amazing ones. We have one-shot roulette for the first guest session, which is going to be awesome. And then in the second on to finish up the whole campaign and event, we're going to be playing one of the FIG-sponsored games. They sponsor BIPOC writers, and they sponsored our own Buns from Out of the Abyss, and we will be playing through the one-shot that Buns wrote with FIG, and is published on the DM's Guild. And you can help us people get themselves published, and all of the proceeds from their sales to those. And you can also get yourself get a ticket in the giveaway.
Your audio just cut out then. You went, as you can also get.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. Discord does not work for me. That's why we do everything on Zoom. Sorry. Yes, every $5 will get you a ticket in the fabulous giveaway, which has prizes from Play Nerd Allies, Phoenix Dice, Sirenscape, TTRPG, Troll Lord Games, Scarlet's Dungeon Glitch, and Hero Forge. So lots of incredible gifts to give away to all of you wonderful people who are able to support. And if you're not able to give anything, very please, if you could help us signal when we're tweeting and things about it, Twitter's around, and that will just help us jump into the Discord and help us spreading that word for this good cause. And one last person who's because the fabulous Realm Warp Publishing, friends of Kyle and Play Nerd Allies and the FIG Foundation, have donated 2 incredible prizes. This large multi-book campaign that they have written over, and the second prize, their entire DM's Guild catalogue, which is worth over $100. No, sorry, the adventure is worth over $100. The entire catalogue of theirs is worth over.
Jeez Louise.
So just this huge thing.
I mean,
amazing.
Yeah, like, get straight on that. Holy shit. All right. Thank you so much there.
Cannot wait. All the shenanigans. Of course, donations will trigger wild magic and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And last but never least, Kamora.
Hi, friends. Thank you again for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure. I'm Mike. You know who I am, Grim Sampson and Jap. You can find me, and if you'll permit, Patch and John for me to publicly gush over John, because I don't often do that, and I should. I have not known more noble causes led by more noble men. And the Foundation for Inclusivity and the Strive is something that I know if anyone can not only signal boost, but make you fall in love with your next favorite content creator, John will do that. It's always a pleasure to watch him in action. You clearly saw that from the role playing, so you have zero reason not to go check out and subscribe and follow his channel. But that, to me, should signal well enough why I have such admiration for the man. My favorite moment, as interesting as everything has been, was you guys scaring the ever-loving shit out of Birdie and eventually curing him, kind of. I really enjoyed that interaction, the three of you kind of working through, picking his diary, trying to just help him out when, you know, he just may not be the easiest on the eyes for everybody, and Kakato trying his best. So that's
amazing. Thank you very much. And I have been Patch, your ever humble dungeon master. You can find me here all the time. Also on Phoenix Iraqi, alongside Aelin in the Chicenta's Tyranny campaign, with my sassy yet classy Order of Scribes, Kalishtar Wizard, Kellen Sturgrove. And
Speaking of beautiful RP moments.
I mean,
the two of you yesterday was fantastic.
It was, It's been quite a while since I've teared up at a D&D table, but that was truly a wonderful moment, and will stay with me for some time. So yes, thank you, Aelin, for that. My favorite moment for tonight is there were a lot, but specifically for slightly different reasons for everybody else. The moment you cured Burry, because of the consequences of such a thing.
I was hoping. It's like, no, we have to get this person back on.
As I can reveal, for those of you who may not have cottoned on, if you've not, if you have or haven't watched the main campaign, Burry has a special significance to one of the players in the main campaign. Specifically is the
tabaxi. Yeah, there is a tabaxi.
not quite a tabaxi. As Burry,
they were strangely small, weren't they?
Was revealed in one session of the main campaign to be the long-lost elder brother of a little Felice known as Feronia.
Welcome, Myra.
I knew it.
Who used to go by the name Flora. So she'll be stoked to find out about this. Let's hope the rest of the campaign goes well and he makes it off Demethrin before you all get killed and the world gets destroyed. But
look, guys, the new goal of this campaign is to delay things enough for Burry to get out of
Demethrin.
The blast radius.
Oh, right. Thank you so much, guys. It is a pleasure. I wish we could do this more often, but you know what? You're always worth the wait. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So let me just have a quick look who's online so we can go raiding. And hopefully this time I'll get it right and not mix up my raid and shout out commands. Because that
Lord Gasimba's on.
Is problematic.
There's lots of Friday's Paradise is on. They're cool.
Friday's Paradise, Tamio. Ooh, got a few on at the moment.
Oh, yeah, Tamio too. Yeah.
You know what, let's go for Tamio. I haven't seen Tamio in a while, so let's do that. All right. So, much love to everyone for tuning in. You're all superb and wonderful, and we will next be streaming on Monday with not the Redania Chronicles. We're taking a week off as we are going to be playing. I need to actually look at the bloody name of the one shot because I keep forgetting it.
I tried to but it wasn't written there.
We've basically planned a very last minute one shot where we are returning to Wildmount for the first time in a long time. We have not ventured into Wildmount since we did the...
Blood.
There we go. Thank you so much. A Price Paid in Blood, an event of great magnitude and no doubt chaos, as 5 wandering adventurers from across Wildmount head towards the town of Felderwin to investigate a string of unexplained brutal murders. He'll be featuring a slightly alternate cast than what is usual on our Monday nights. We have, returning from Rodania, we have the fabulous Myrick the Pirate. We have the Moonkeep himself, Wyatt. We have Pat Toons, who sometimes draws art, but on Mondays normally plays Conor McGuinness, Earth Genasi fighter. That is, he's contractually obliged to be introduced as that, as you've noticed. But we will also have, from the Demethrin 5, our wonderful Aelin will be joining us, alongside a newcomer to the table, the fabulous Andy, known in the Discord server as Andy Plyer. We cannot wait to bring this tale to you, and we don't have to wait long because it happens on Monday night, 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. EST. Hope to see you there. I will do my best Matt Mercer since it's his world. I might even put on a waistcoat and stuff. And so, all the love to you all. Hope to see you on Monday. Is it Monday yet? No. Who is this? Right. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.